One second, I just made some tea. I gotta drink my tea, Oh, it's hot. Wait, hold up. Ain't gonna lie, that just tastes like water. I didn't let it sit. I'm gonna let it sit for a bit more. Anyway, hello. Uh, I am going to finish up the structure that we started building on Monday, and that'll be it. So I'm assuming this should take maybe about 30-ish minutes if I go kind of fast. So let's just get straight to it. This is what you should have so far. You should have a very blocky gearbox plate that okay, this part of your homework you will finish. I'll make another video showing guys how to make the sprocket over here. And then I'll also post the stages. I remember I've just realized that I forgot to do that. So I'll post the stages to the gearbox as well. Um, and this is where you should be at right now. So, and then if you go into your assembly, this is how your assembly should look like. There it is, right here. If it doesn't look like this, go for it. I'm gonna go into the top of you real quick so you can note that this box tube, right, well, my one is like 2 holes away from the edge. If you do have this, we'll just go straight into making the um rest of it. So first, uh, import all of your new parts that you created in your part studio into your assembly and um assemble it. So let's do that. So I will import this, except don't import this light blue one right here. Leave this box tube in your part studio for now. Don't import it into your assembly, but import the rest that you don't have. So go ahead and do that and then assemble it. Okay, so you should now have something that looks like this. Hopefully there's no on-cheat magic going on. Hopefully put clearance right here so your gearbox plate is not facing into it. Into this box over here. And now we will have to go back to our assembly. Um, you should have a sketch drawn out for the gusset that's going to go between this light blue box tube and this gray one over here. If you don't, um, make it right now. And then if you do, go ahead and export that gusset. Uh, make an 1/8 of an inch thick. Remember that it is a new thing. Don't make sure it's not an ad, make it new. Then check mark. Also notice how I have basically nothing named. Don't do that. I will say after this video, during even, at least after, go ahead and rename all of your sketches and all of your parts as well. Okay, I will literally look through all of your parts and make sure that none of them have weird names. Okay, so we have this. I will also use the fillet all edges feature script on it to get rid of these corners. Remember, we don't like corners. That is the wrong thing. I will choose on, Jesus. Oh, that's extrude individual. I'm dumb. Where's fillet all edges? There it is. Like that. Point two, check mark. Okay, and now you should have a light blue gusset that looks like this. Go ahead, and now you can import this gusset and the light blue box tube into your assembly. It loads. Please load. Come on. Please, please, please. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta try my tea again. Um, no, it still tastes like water. Like it just, I don't even know how does that work? What? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, import your gusset and import your box tube, and now mate them together and connect them to this whole assembly right here. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this, right? Hopefully you have something that looks like that. And now we need to, one, modify this box tube a little bit, and two, make a little structure in the back, a little one want to go in the back that connects with a gusset onto this box tube. So first, let's actually wait. Do we need to make? Oh no, we don't. Let's see. Do we do? Please. Ooh. Oh no, we do. Yeah, we do. Okay. So in this box tube, you will need to make a hole in the center of this. If you remember this, this is the layout sketch of the sprocket, in the center of the sprocket. Because if we go back to the crescendo bot, here is what we're working on right now. If we hide this gusset, you'll notice that the same box tube has a hole in it. And this is for the dead axle to go through the box tube right here. Yo, what is my neighbor doing, bro? This like, Jesus, he's been like building a new house for the past like 2 months. Okay. Specifically at like 10 p.m. I don't know what's up with that guy. Anyway, so 1.18 inch, okay, 1.18 inch hole on the center point of the sprocket. So what I'll do is I'll make a new sketch. Make sure that your sketch plane is on this front plane of the box right here, right? This one. Okay, make it on this one. And then I will project this point right here, and then I'll make a center point onto that projected point, and make it a diameter of 1.18 inches, and go ahead and extrude it, remove it by, I'll do it through all. I'll change my thing to through all, and then check mark. And now you should have a box tube with a hole. All right. Um, Now let's make this box tube right here. So a thing to consider when making this box tube is that if you go back to our assembly, you please load, bro. Come on. Well, it's loading a minute. Oh, never mind. I don't have enough time to. I was about to say, yo, what? You, oh, we're back. We're back. Okay, it's fine. So if you go into the front view, you'll notice that this plate right here is in the way of us putting a 1x1 box tube all the way down to this surface of the 2x1. So what we did on Crescendo, if you look in the back, we just made this 1x1 box tube go down, not all the way. You can notice that it's attached to another 1x1 going across, but not all the way down to this plate surface. It just kind of goes right behind it, and it literally is right on this face of the swerve. So we're going to have to make a 1x1 box tube that is 3.25 inches in length. And layout sketch wise, what you'll see is you'll probably see literally a box over here. Please. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, everything's slow today. You'll probably see some construction line box over here that marks out the side profile of the swerve, right? So box like this that, yeah, see it, that will mark out the profile of the swerve, and then you'll just have to account for that. Um, so I will make another corner rectangle on to make sure that it is that the face of your sketch is on this plane as well, on this light blue box too. And I will make my I will first actually just project this point and this point, and then I will make a corner rectangle on starting at that point, and then panning over this point, going down, making it like that, then changing it to a distance of 3.25. Then I'm going to extrude it. Make sure that your extrude goes towards the 2x1 box tube, the light blue one. Check mark that. Please name your features and your parts. Okay. And then I will do my tube converter. Make sure your tube converter wall thickness is on 1/16 of an inch. I will press on the thing that I just made. Also, another cool tip, you can automatically name your tube right here. So for example, I say vertical tube, I don't know. Make it a better name than that. And I press check mark, you'll see that it automatically should a vertical tube down here. Okay, cool. Now we need to make a gusset connecting these two. So let's do that. I will make another sketch on this, the face of this 1x1 box tube over here. And then this will be a custom box tube or custom gusset. Custom gusset? Yeah, it'll be custom gusset. Um, so I will just first draft out how I want to make mine. You can make yours differently starting now, but if you want to follow along and see how I make it, go for it. So I'm gonna first draft that out, right? I know it's gonna cover the whole profile of this 1x1. It's gonna go like this. And then over here, instead of going all the way up to this point, what I'll do is I'll end, I don't know, maybe somewhere around here, maybe in between these two holes. And then I'm going to make an arc that goes like this, make it tangent with this line, and I'll also make a tangent with this line. Okay, let's see if I pull this up a little bit. Okay, that'll work. I'll probably make it somewhere around here. So I'll actually start dimensioning stuff now. I will project, first of all, project these holes. Then I will dimension this point to this point. Like, see how my dimension is like vertical, like it like that. I'll then make this dimension 0.25. And then I will draw out another line going out. I'm thinking in between these holes. If you want to extend it more, go for it. Again, whatever you want. I will make it up to here. And then make sure it's perpendicular, going all the way to this line, then going out. And then I think what I'll do is I'll do another vertical line over here and I'll make a something like this. And then I'll make this and these are two tangent. Yeah, something like that. And then this should be tangent as well. Yep, like this. Okay, that looks good. Then all I'm left with is to dimension this blue line right here. So I will project this hole and I'll make this distance 0.25. Why 0.25? Because if you look at the drawing of the box tube, you'll see that you'll see that the center point distance between this hole and this hole, between every single hole, is 0.5 inches. So if I dimension this line to the center point as 0.25, that gets me in the middle of these 2 points. Really nice. Okay, now I can't extrude it right now because I don't have all my holes. So let's do that. I'll start projecting every single hole from these box tubes like this. Now you might be tempted to, oh, another important thing, make sure you don't, for example, right here, make sure you don't select just on this plane or like this sketch, this body right here when you're projecting, because let me just do that right now. Don't do it, please. If you do that, you'll see that new lines up here, and that's gonna mess up your extrude. So if you notice that happen, just Command Z. It'll be fine. Anyways, I was saying, now don't be tempted to project this whole entire circle. All you need to do is project this center point right here. And then keep projecting these holes like that. And then that should be it. Now, at this point right here, make a new hole centered at it with a diameter of 0.196. And then extrude this gusset you just made, 1/8 inch thick, not 1/9 inch thick, 1/8 inch thick. Check mark, and let's do fillet all edges. I'll explain why there's just a small hole there in a bit. And then make sure to, please, like, again, fifth time, um, name your stuff. All right, I'm gonna try my tea again. It just tastes, dude, how do people enjoy this? It just tastes like water. Am I making my tea wrong? I need help with my tea. Okay, cool. Um, so why did we just make this hole right here? Well, let's go back to Serrano. This is how dead axles work. Let me do this. This is the same exact hole right here that we made on this gusset, right? And if I hide this gusset, you'll notice that in this dead axles, there's this really weird looking thing right here. Um, so what happens is they quite literally use a hammer, and the dead axle does not come like this. It just comes just as a tube, right? And then what they do is we actually need to buy these, I don't know what it's called. Is it headsets? I really want to call them headsets because I'm a bike guy. But here are the headsets, and then you just put them inside, use a hammer to put them in. Then you'll see that they are threaded over here, right? And then since dead axle don't turn, all we need to do them is fasten them. So that's why we put a hole inside of our gusset. So we just put a bolt through here and fasten the dead axle to this gusset. Make sure that it doesn't move. Okay. Um, Now we have to make the same exact gusset, but on the other side. So make a new sketch. Sketch plane should be the other side of this blue box tube. So this plane that I'm highlighting right here. And right now, a project will come in really, really handy. It's going to slap because you might be tempted to just start remaking this whole entire gusset on the other side, but you know that the profiler gusset will be exactly the same. So all you need to do is just select project, hover over this surface right here. You'll see the blue lines appear. Click, and bada bing, bada boom. You've got the profile of the same exact gusset on the other side. However, for this side of the gusset, instead of making this 0.196 hole over here, you actually want to make this big hole. Because going back into Serrano, if we pivot to the other side, we need to make a hole in it because, well, the dead axle has to go through the other side of this gusset, right? It'll be a pain if it's, don't no hole there. So, let's do that right now. So again, you'll have to project every single hole for the bolts as well. That's what I'm doing right now. Boom, boom. And then project this center point again, right here. Boom, 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 bam, bam. Did I miss a hole? No, I didn't. Okay. Then over here, you can just make a center point circle and make it coincident with this arc. And now you'll get a hole of 1.18. So now you can go ahead and extrude that out. Another 1/8" gusset. Please name it. Check mark. You don't need to use fill all edges because you literally just copied over this gusset. Okay, now go into your assembly and assemble all the new parts you just created. And I'm gonna try my tea again. Maybe I need to stir it. I'm gonna try stirring it, see if that makes it better. It tastes a little different than water now. It's okay. So go do that now. So now we have something that looks like this. Now let's make the dead axle. So go ahead and right click on the inside of this blue gusset right here and press edit in context. Makes a new context for you. And then make a new sketch on this blue panel. Um, actually, no, I lied. We're not gonna do that before, guys. We actually have to first reassemble this whole thing on the other side, because remember you had the same two gearboxes. So let's go ahead and do that. I will leave that up to you guys to finish. Uh, so cue the fast forwarding. Okay, so now you have something like this. You notice that I didn't put the gussets in here because um I didn't really feel like it. But you should. Um, Make sure that all of your gussets are on there. It should literally be the same thing except mirrored over. And now we're just going to create the dead axle. So if you go back into your layout, uh, oh, okay, I lied. Now you have to make another, well, an edit in context. What happens is if you make an edit in context but you don't use it, like you don't make a sketch in it, if you go back into your assembly, your edit in context just disappears. So you just have to recreate it. So I'm going to right click on this blue panel. I'll do a edit in context, and then I'll make a sketch on the blue panel right here. And then I will draw out two rigid circles, one on inside of another. Outer circle is going to be a diameter of 1 inch. Inner circle is going to be a diameter of 0.75. And now I am going to extrude the little, like little ring make sure it's a new part. And I will do an up to face because now I can use, I know it's going to be up to the other face of the other blue bracket on this other side. That's what I'm going to do, up to face of you. Cool. And check mark. And there is your dead axle. Um, then go ahead and if it loads. Please load. I'm going to try my tea again. Oh yeah, there you go. Now it's picking up some speed. Um, then we're going to go ahead and import the dead axle. Now we're just going to, well, actually, we have to, if you go back into Serrano, you'll notice that there's this little headset thing. So I will actually paste, what I did is I pressed open link document, and then they got it from Wireshelf, the tube connecting nut. So I will post this link in the description for you guys to just copy it over. So I copy the link, I go back to the document I'm working in, and I go to insert other documents, and inside of the search bar, I just paste that document, Wireshelf, tube connecting nut, import that, and there you go. Now, mating this to the uh, dead axle is kind of annoying, but what you do is you have to hover over these curved surfaces right here, right? And then you'll see these three dots in the center. So I'm pressing shift, pressing and holding shift. You see a dot down, a dot in the middle, and a dot above. You want to press on the upper dot because see if I go to the side view, it's the very outermost dot and it's in the center. So go ahead and make that one of your mate connect. Go ahead and make that like point one of your mate connectors, and then the other mate connector should be just on the outside of this tube. Now, when you press check mark, this is how your tube should look like. Go ahead and do this on the other side now. Okay, so this is how your dead axle should look like now. Now all you need to do is you need to press, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to press in the tube connector nut. I'm going to press on just this inside edge of the dead axle, and I'm going to just connect it between, what is my neighbor doing, bro? Like, is bro making a bumper out of galvanized square steel? Is he Little John? Anyway, and then I will mate it like that, and you should see that it goes all the way up to the other side, and it looks beautiful. Cool. Um, then you'll notice that this thing is hanging off. So for the actual bot, what we did is we just, on this other side, we put a very long 1x1 across, connecting these parts of the structures together. And then we made some gussets between this 1x1 and this 2x1. I will leave that up to you guys if you want to do it. So yeah, now she looks in like this. I will post the video for the gearbox later on. So your homework now, after you've done this, is to make the other gearbox panel and finish up the gearbox as best as you can. I'll post a video of how to make the belts and the intricacies in there as well. So make sure to make the other panel as well. So yeah, cool.